Hi, everyone. So, as we talk about inner planets this week, okay, we're going to focus on our four inner planets. It is important as fifth graders to understand characteristics between inner planets versus outer. So, sometimes I feel our science book doesn't go as in depth with the information you need to know. So, in this reading passage, if you could follow along and you could pause the video so you can look over certain paragraphs a little better, pause it so you have this reading passage all the time, okay? So, Earth is one of the planets in our solar system. Planets are considered to be large bodies that rotate around the sun. They reflect its light and its warmth. The planets that are located closest to the sun are made out of rocky material. They are relatively small and heavy. In contrast, the planets that are farther away from the sun are much larger. They are they are formed of light gases. All planets, though, follow a certain path around our sun. We call that an orbit. They are held a specific distance from the sun by the sun's strong gravitational force. So, the sun's gravitational force is what keeps all of our 8 planets in its orbit. That's always a test question at the end of the year on the state test. What holds the planets in place? The sun's strong gravitational force. Well, when we focus on the inner planets, you have learned about Mercury on day 1. Remember, there's 3 more. So when we talk about all inner planets, they have some similarities, but yet some differences. So, next paragraph, the inner planets, or those closest to their sun in order, are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. You will have to know that order. Even though these planets are small and rocky, they have more differences than they have things in common. So, we learned about Mercury specifically the other day, the closest one to the sun. Because Mercury is the closest to the sun, the side that faces the sun gets as hot as 427 degrees Celsius. But at the same time, the side that faces away from the sun is a freezing negative 173 degrees Celsius. Mercury also has a slower rate of rotation than Earth. Days and nights on Mercury are much longer than ours. The extreme temperatures alone make it a very unlikely place for life. With an atmosphere too thin for human breathing, it's obvious that people will never be living on Mercury anytime soon. Our next planet that we'll be learning about on Thursday is Venus. Venus is a fun planet because clouds of sulfuric acid, okay, so sulfur lies 96% carbon dioxide atmosphere. That might be nice for a plant to have, but since a plant breathes in carbon dioxide, but not for a person. If you manage to survive this atmosphere on Venus, the surface of the planet is hot enough to melt solid metal. In addition, the pressure on the air would be strong enough to crush you. So can't live on Venus, and it's known for having sulfuric acid. Our next planet is Earth. You're probably most familiar with Earth because it's our home planet. It has perfect conditions for life. Earth's atmosphere and oceans help control the trickiest part of making a planet life friendly: temperature. Earth is the only planet known to have liquid water. Our next planet next to Earth is Mars. Mars is our 4th planet from the Sun. Mars has been studied and photographed more than any other planet besides Earth. Some people think it may be possible for life to exist there. Although scientists have not been able to find actual water on Mars, there seems to be evidence of water erosion on its surface. Its canyons and mountains are very similar to those found on Earth. The main difference is that there's no plant life. Some scientists believe that Mars may have been very much like Earth until something happened that made the water supply evaporate. Okay, so if we think about some important information, is our 4 inner planets, their nicknames are called terrestrial planets, and it's because they have a rocky surface. They are the smallest planets compared to our outer planets in order. Let's think. After the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. It's always fun to